The United States is preparing for war against Venezuela, and many economists believe that this is going to be a catastrophic event for millions of Americans right here on U.S. soil. And it's not because we are going to see Venezuelan troops enter into the United States and hurt us physically, but it's going to come financially. Look at this right here. It says U.S. aircraft carrier moves into Latin America region, escalating Venezuela tensions. Well, we heard from Venezuela just today, and we now know that Venezuela has announced a massive mobilization of military personnel in order to combat the United States. Listen to this right here.
Venezuela is ordering a massive mobilization of its military as the United States sends more of its own firepower to the region.
Amantes de la paz.
We love peace. We deeply love peace. We don't want war here nor in any other place around the world. But if they dare to touch Venezuela, they're going to find us in every street.
Keep in mind, they are not talking about finding Venezuelan soldiers in U.S. streets. They are talking about having Venezuelan soldiers, their military, is going to be protecting every single street of Venezuela, which means the United States could be going into combat very soon on Venezuelan soil. I want to play you a couple more little clips, but here's the thing. Economists believe that once this happens, it is going to be very chaotic for the American people who are already struggling to pay for food, to pay for a home, to go on flights. Everything is becoming so expensive that they're saying this could be far worse than what we are feeling right now. Let's keep listening to this.
The announcement came after America's largest warship arrived in U.S. Southern Command area of operations. That area includes most of Latin America. We've got CNN senior national security reporter Zach Cohen in Washington for us. Zach, good to see you. What more do we know about Venezuela's mobilization of not only its troops, but equipment as well as ammunition? And then also, how significant is it that the USS Gerald R. Ford is now in Southern Command's region?
Before he answers that, I just want to come out and say one thing. That President Trump has said that he is not trying to target Venezuela. He's not trying to start a war. He's not trying to increase tensions. What he's trying to do is stop the illegal drug smuggling into the United States. But even Congress, they are wondering what's going on here and why we need this much firepower in the Caribbean in order to stop small little boats from entering into the United States. Let's listen to this, though.
Yeah, Venezuelan officials making clear that this mobilization was ordered directly by President Nicolas Maduro, and it comes as a response to the U.S. military buildup in the region, which of course has been used to conduct these strikes against alleged drug boats, but increasing tensions with Venezuela in the process. Venezuelan officials calling the U.S. buildup a, quote, imperialist threat, and saying that they plan to conduct land, air, and naval exercises to really, as a show of force, to essentially ward off a potential U.S. invasion of sorts. Now, the aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford is the U.S.'s largest aircraft carrier. It is the most advanced aircraft carrier in the U.S. fleet. At the same time, it brings significant air assets as well. It has 9 air squadrons, anti-surface capabilities, and it will join what is already a very large U.S. military presence in the region, including guided missile destroyers that are all ballistic capable, raising questions about what this firepower is needed. The Trump administration insists that the Gerald Ford and the rest of the military assets there are intended to conduct the counter-narcotics mission, the targeting of alleged drug boats. But at the same time, I'm told U.S. officials were unable to tell Congress why they need so much firepower to target small boats. So this uncertainty is still increasing and contributing to the ongoing tensions with Venezuela.
Okay. So interesting part right there. But here's the thing. How are the American people going to be impacted? Well, it's going to be a financial consequence. According to many experts, they say that Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves in the entire world. And even though the United States doesn't rely on Venezuelan oil, the rest of the world does. And as Venezuela sees a war between the United States, what's going to happen is we are going to see those the pretty much the disruption of the Venezuelan oil, the production of it, the shipping lanes, everything. And according to many economists, they believe that within a couple of weeks of the United States and Venezuela going to war, we are going to see a barrel of oil rise by about $15 to $25, meaning gas prices will increase by about 50 to 80 cents per gallon within just 2 weeks. Diesel is going to become more expensive as well. But the real cost isn't just the fuel, it's the shipping. The shipping for all things like lumber, for food, for clothing, especially at this time, could be detrimental to the United States. And just a short while ago, President Trump announced that the United States may not release job data or the CPI report for the month of October, meaning we may go an entire month without any additional information, meaning we could see more people hurting because of the increase in costs for the American people. So here's the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention right now. Number one, the USS Gerald R. Ford has entered into Latin America, into that space. So that obviously has Venezuela extremely concerned. Colombia is a little concerned as well. But that also means Venezuela has this massive mobilization. They are ready to protect their country if the United States decides to attack. And as of right now, we don't know what's going to happen because lawmakers are not being briefed as to what is going on or what President Trump is currently thinking. But what we are hearing right now is that the United States should be prepared for some type of an attack. Now, as far as a physical attack, we are not going to see Venezuelan soldiers enter into the United States. What we would see, according to many experts, is we are likely going to see Tren de Aragua, a gang. They would likely be the ones that lead any possible attack here on U.S. soil. The problem, they're already here, and they're already in major cities like Chicago, New York, Denver, Miami, just to name a few. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But what I can tell you right now is the United States and Venezuela seem like we are on a collision course for a regional war. As to how deep this goes or how long this actually drags on, that honestly, I can't tell you. Because honestly, nobody knows when it's even going to start. But everyone's saying, be prepared, because this is coming. So, as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as we get it. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.